So as always, nothing but the best for all our viewers here on Motormouth. Hi, I'm Rashid and welcome to the show. We've got a nice one lined up for you. High-tech machinery, high-powered machinery. It's all here. Stick around, find out what's coming up. On Motormouth this week, we've got a classy, high-powered beauty. Do you still think it's the bicycle? Our usual servings of stupidity on mom and the ignorance of car IQ. All that and the Anchor bought new shoes. Woohoo! All sorts of vehicles come into our purview here on this show. Our latest high-powered machine comes to us from Atlas, and it is, as you can see, a vintage. All right, I'm kidding. No, this is really not the vehicle we're going to be covering this week. Although I must tell you, in our green revolution these days, this is the most fuel-efficient vehicle you can get. But let me see now. I've got my driving glasses. I've got my driving shoes right here. They're very pretty. These are what I used to, look like an idiot. And what's missing from this picture? What's missing? Seriously. What could I possibly have that would make this ensemble complete? Oh, yeah. One of these. And what exactly is one of these? Well, I'm glad you asked, because one of my favorite answers in the world is to say, well, the car I've got here is a Porsche 911. To be exact, it's a 911 Carrera 4, which means it's a four-wheel drive. It's not the top end of the Porsche 911 range, which, as you know, is right up there with Ferraris, Lamborghinis in the supercar bracket. This one does some ridiculous figures, like 0 to 100. I mean, 100 is a little pathetic. This was 180 miles per hour, for God's sake. But the speedometer goes up to 200, which is something I've rarely seen in a car. 0 to 100 will be knocked off in about 4.5 seconds, and its massive 3.6-litre engine will take care of top speeds of in excess of 180 miles per hour. What exactly is that, and why did I repeat it? It's because it's such a sexy number. 180 miles per hour translates to roughly, about 300 kilometers per hour. Yeah, that's a scary number. Now, those of you who were paying attention a couple of weeks ago, and if you weren't, why weren't you? There will be a short test after this one. Will know that we did cover the Boxster earlier. That's the younger brother of this one. This is the icon. This is the daddy of Porsches, which means that it's got the 3.6-litre engine, as I said earlier. It's got four-wheel drive, which is right up there with Ferraris and Lamborghinis and everything else in terms of sheer performance and keeping you glued to the ground. When you go around corners at insane speeds, that's what you need. You need four-wheel drive to prevent you from, well, just going absolutely nuts. On the outside, you'll see the basic, simple Porsche design, the sloping back. Someone described it as a turtle, which is remarkably accurate, I must say. You see the Carrera 4 over here, leaving you no doubt that you are in a truly special car. I love the twin exhaust. This is something that you see only in special powered vehicles. This is the little sensor for the reverse parking, which is nice, but you know what? I mean, I'm never going to park this car. I'm just going to keep on driving. Brake lights are actually a little old-fashioned in today's day and age when you're going into LEDs being the order of the day. These standard old fitments, well, this is a 2005 version, but still, I would expect a little bit more. No spoiler, have you noticed that? Only like the race-going Porsches actually put in a spoiler, because the sloping back with this little bump over here actually does the same duty as a spoiler. The fins over here for cooling the engine, which is in the rear, remember? Most of these cars tend to have the engine in the rear or in the mid for reasons of stability, for reasons of power output to the rear wheels. So all of that, the shorter the distance the drive shaft travels, the greater the output of power, the translation of power from the engine to the wheels. This being a four-wheel drive, not so important. However, in the front, the same fried egg headlights. Now, these again have gone in the later models. This one, as I said before, 2005 model, it's still got these lovely lights. And you know what? I can't see any flaw in them. They're beautiful. Even got this little chrome bop over here, which lets you, when you're staring at your car, make sure you can fix your hair, do all sorts of wonderful things. No, it actually serves as a reflector even when the car is off, so that other people can see that there's a car parked here. So there you go. In the front, you've got little sensors as well. And this, of course, is a rather gigantic boot by all appearances. Not much room in there for actual luggage, though. Mind you, when you're driving a Porsche supercar, why on earth would you want to carry luggage? Okay, again, old-fashioned windshield wipers. These are all throwbacks now. This is just basically saying that this car was meant for performance. And really, I mean, if you've got a bit of rain on your windscreen, just drive a little bit faster, it'll blow right off. That's a nice way of doing it. lovely streamlined side view mirrors. Again, telling you that this is all about aerodynamics, it's all about power, it's all about, getting the most out of a very simple piece of machinery. There you go. This is a hardtop convertible. But you know what? Taking this top off is a pain in the neck because it doesn't fold. You take it off and you leave it at home. And then if you get caught in the rain, well, I hope you're carrying a lot of hair gel. Massive wheels over there doing duty to keep the car on the ground. These are not really special wheels, right? These are Toyo tires. These are not the standard fitment. They've been put on later because obviously being such an old car, the tires probably changed a couple of times. They're getting old. Now this is something that I would be worried about on high performance drives. The tires getting shredded a bit. Look at the size of these brake calipers. They are absolutely gigantic. And if you think about the amount of power it'll take to stop this car when it's going at, say, 215 kilometers per hour, which is not what I'm saying I did, of course, when driving down the Greater Noida Expressway. Of course not. I deny that completely. But I'm glad the brakes were there nonetheless. Fuel nozzle in the front, and again, the iconic numbers 911, which lead us to another set of numbers, not quite iconic yet, but hey, they're trying very hard, and that is T456. You have no idea what that is. And no, I'm not starting a dance number, 4, 5, 6. No. It's a group of motorcycle enthusiasts. They do all sorts of wonderful things. Go and check out what we heard from them.
Myself, Srijit. I am the co-founder of this Team 456 Motorcycling Club. We have been, traveling on bikes for quite a long time. We four of us, and we found that there are quite a lot of potential in India itself for adventure tourism, seeing the foreign tourists and all. So we basically started this as a group, Team 456, and we built a website. And we apprise people all over India to join this motorcycling group.
As Team 456, we have covered almost all Uttaranchal, Himachal and J&K, and our specialty is Ladakh, I would say.
There were guys who were willing to undertake such arduous journey, but not finding right company and support. Guys can download membership form which is on our website, and just fill it and send it across to us. And should have a bike, should be an avid biker.
Our forthcoming trips are, we are planning to cover this Rajasthan in this November, and next year this Northeast. Even
last time 55-year-old my uncle, he came with us. This year a couple who were 43 and 41 age respectively, they also joined us. We have now around 60 plus members all over India.
We want to associate Team 456 each and every time with noble cause and social message. So we are planning to promote AIDS awareness program. This is our forthcoming trip. So, and that's anti-smoking drive.
Last time we did this eco-tourism drive. This year we have done the Join Indian Army, and whatever public awareness we think that we should be carrying, that we do, and let's hope this it's not just an adventure, it's a movement, Team 456 movement.
So the enthusiasm of the bikers, undeniable, almost like the enthusiasm of me getting into the belly of the beast here. Now, how special is this car to me? Well, it's as close as I'm going to get to actually driving in any of the world-famous races. I mean, I could take this car into a racetrack tomorrow, except this has far more luxury than any real racing car would ever have. And let's see, what exactly is that luxury? Well, I've got a surround sound Bose system, which is very cool indeed. That's about as high-end as it's possible to get without actually, being in a house. In front of me, I've got a very business-like dashboard. I've got the voltmeter, miles per hour, again relegated to a corner because in any real sports car, It's the tach, the rev counter, which always takes pride of place, because real drivers don't really care about how fast you're going. It's how much strain you're putting the engine through. That tells you when to shift gears, etc., etc. A little shift light over there, very cool. Again, temperature gauge, fuel gauge, oil gauge, all there, very basic, very simple. And there's a whole row of little lights that come up in the bottom telling me about all the little extras that the car provides because of the law in Europe. Now, again, law in Europe tells me I've got to have all my little consoles and controls over here for the Porsche Drive Assistance System. Nice big screen over here telling me that I can have my phone connected, I can have all my sound, I can even check my email and everything over here. There's a little thing here saying mail. I'm not sure if that someone's a mailman, so my dog can bite him, I don't know. Little drinks holder over here. Just one, because, you know, the driver's not going to be drinking. No, we don't do that kind of thing. Folds away quite neatly, very manual, very basic. Lighters over here. And apart from that, it's simple. You know, there's a little 4 CD changer system, very small. And my tach system's heat seating, which is very cool, but really not what I want right now. Manual. Now, this is something that got me excited when I first saw this car parked there. A 6-speed manual. This means that this is a serious performance car. No namby-pamby automatics. That's for amateur drivers. That's for posers and for people who like to go fast without actually driving well. For real control, you always have to have a manual. Why? Oh, never mind. If you have to ask, you don't know. Even the handbrake over here, not electronic, it's manual, as it should be, because I might want to do a handbrake turn or something. I'm not going to. Very, basic old-style switches for the windows and stuff. Like all German cars, my headlight control is on the right, ignition is way up here, not where I normally it is in a Japanese car. This is my control for the central command system, and I've got, well, what do you know? Cruise control. Why on earth would I want that? I can, however, check how cute I am by occasionally lifting up the mirror. The little lights come on. It's very nice. And this is the control for removing the roof, which I'm not going to do because I don't know where to put it. So that's it. Lovely leather-lined dashboard. Well, it's pleather actually. It's not real leather, but that's good enough. I don't really care. And the steering wheel is not standard Porsche. I think this has been changed at some point in time because A, there's no shield in the middle as there should be, and it's, well, it's not quite up to the standards that you would expect from Porsche. But that's all right. You've got a little phone over here which says Porsche on it. But then, of course, you're not going to be using this, are you? No, because that would be illegal. Oh, but that doesn't stop you. No. Miles of misdemeanor. Yes, I know. Every week we catch you busting law after law without caring. It's very depressing. So, go catch yourself on miles of misdemeanor. I'm going to hit the road. On Miles of Misdemeanor this week, let's start on a happy note. At this red light, the usual nonsense of crossing a stop line starts happening until this lone biker spots our camera. He then slowly backpedals, and get this, he warns the helmetless dodos, who then put on their lid covers. Awesome! We did something good! Look at these beauties. No helmet, no brains, jumping the light, no surprise. And here come the cops. Are they going to catch the bikers? No, they're going to bond with them. Block traffic, jump the lights, yep. Narrow escape there for the scooterists. I wonder if the 6 seconds he saved were worth the heart failure. But some morons out there actually have fun on the roads, regardless of the risk to themselves or others. Check out the Three Stooges. Larry, Curly and Moe are confusing Delhi streets for an amusement park. This is just scary. Those are gas cylinders. You know, the type that blow up? That's it. You know what I think? I think Mom would be a lot more exciting and interesting if a few more of you idiots crashed while you were breaking the law. I think that would come squarely under the heading of poetic justice. That would be fun too, but then I'm evil. Right, I do know what you're thinking. Why is this guy still talking and why isn't he driving this car? Well, I'm going to. Right after this break, warm up and stuff like that. You guys go take a break, and when you come back, we'll find out if she moves as well as she looks. Does she quicken my heartbeat when she quickens her pace? And many other poetic sentences. Go catch a break. Welcome back. I hope you had a nice break while you were doing whatever it is you do during your break. I took this little baby out for a spin, and that's when you realize how incredible the levels of difference are between cars of a similar nature. The Porsche Boxster was a very nice car. It was performing nicely, etc., etc., but it was practically a bicycle. You saw the Atlas cycle earlier? That's the comparison between that and this. This one jams you back in the seat with every acceleration. My cameraman can barely sit still. It's incredible. I just press the accelerator and he moves. It's fun. He's going to hate me after this, but I have to tell you, driving this car is an experience that I cannot miss. I mean, it's just brilliant. After every car I've driven, I keep thinking, oh, not bad, not bad. Suddenly, they all seem like toys. Just a slightest tap of the accelerator gives you an idea of how much this car could hurt you if you lost control of it. Now, fortunately, you've got Porsche stability management systems, you've got active suspension, you've got four-wheel drive, all of these things designed to say, hey, buddy, you can kill yourself in this car. We'll save you as much as we can. But if you get stupid, even God can't help you. Right, so having said that and scared myself witless, I should tell you that this car redlines at 7,000 RPM. And in that 7,000 RPM, it will hurtle you like a cruise missile all the way to 180 miles per hour. There's a little speedometer reading there telling me in kilometers per hour how stupid I'm being, which I will not tell you right now. I am going at 57, I have to tell you that. Okay, so you don't believe me, do you? Anyway, so I have now got my seatbelt on, I have got every sense alert, and even then I'm driving very carefully. I've got the slightest tap. I haven't even been able to get out of second gear here in Greater Noida because even this is enough to take me to 80 miles per hour. So, you know, if you do own this car, not very practical. It's giving you 6 gears. You'll never see 4 of them. It's crazy. Ah, well, it's fun anyway. Even in second gear, I could drive the wheels of any car on the road now. Porsche's system of stability management essentially means that it reads the road under the car and sets up the suspension so that it has to match that. You see, you don't actually kill yourself around corners. It stiffens the suspension when you go a little bit faster, the steering wheel gets a little bit firmer, and everything else starts coming in line saying, all right, you're now using this car for what it was meant. Let's see what we can do to make your drive a bit more fun. You can hear that yowl from the engine. Obviously, I'm keeping the system off because the music from the engine is just so spectacular. I mean, how can you pass that up? That sound is better than any CD I could put in there, and certainly better than anything you hear on radio these days. Right, so this is fun, and of course, it's got a very weedy little horn. You feel a little pathetic blowing that horn. I'm not going to do that again. So, I got to tell you, if you do want to own one of these, if you don't want to put down the 60, 70, 80 lakhs plus taxes, plus road tax, plus VAT that it takes to own it, you can own it at a much lower cost, but then you also get a little less car. You get a scale model, and some of them, I got to tell you, are just as beautiful as the real thing. They're licensed by the manufacturers, be it Ferrari, BMW, Cadillac, Hummer, Porsche even. You can get this exact model car from Model Art. We went and caught up with them and had a look at all their range of cars, and it's spectacular. It's like a driver's light. I can't own the real thing. Hey, I've got this one and it's in my bedroom, so it's even cooler. Go check out Model Art. We'll still be here when you get back.
Yeah, hello, welcome to Model Art. It's actually dedicated to hobby kind of people, like people those who are interested in collecting models, scale models. Well, models started since 5 years back in Bangalore, and in Delhi we have started since last year, December. Main concepts about our shop is providing models, miniatures of the cars, bikes, aeroplanes, and we also deals with accessories which are all related to auto parts, and we deal with RC models, radio control cars, which are run by battery as well as nitro powered, that means with real engines. And we have flying models. In nitro powered, people are quite interested because it has quite good speed and they are all digitally proportional remote control systems.
we have starting from 1:64 scale, which is the smallest that we have now, goes up to 1:12 scale in cars. In bikes we have 1:5 scale also, which is Harley Davidson. It is detailed to the exact original bike. The detailings are very high. All are made up of die-cast metals. In smaller cars and bikes, it comes with die-cast metals and plastic parts. We have car models like Lamborghini, we have Gallardo, Murcielago, we have Reventon, but it's in remote control. We have Maybach, we have Mercedes 600 Pullman, we have CL class, we have C class Mercedes. We have bikes, Hayabusa R1, we have Ninja, Kawasaki Ninja, and we have Harley Davidsons, and we have Ducati. Well, we have a model which is the first motored engine car, which will cost around 6,495. It's from the brand called Franklin Mint. The detailing are quite high in that, and you can feel each and every parts, and you can turn the steering. It has free wheels, and we have some Rolls-Royce made up from the same brand, Franklin Mint, and they are also detailed in very high. And we have a Rolls-Royce which is made up of wood finishing. The response is quite good, and they like the shop. They used to spend around an hour, sometimes 2 hours. They just keep on looking here and there. They keep on asking things, which we also feel like feel good to be with them.
Those were just models. You want to see the real thing? Let me show you what 3,600 cc of high performance looks like. Hold your breath. This probably won't be as impressive as you're thinking. That's it. Small, isn't it? Okay, that's just the bit you can see. The engine goes all the way back in there. Now this is 3,600 cc. Let me put that in perspective for you. 3.6 litre Maruti 800, Porsche 3600. Yeah, that's about what it looks like. 800 cc versus 3,600 cc is really not much of a performance. It's got dual fan belts crisscrossing over there. You got an inline 4, which means that all 4 pistons are slamming away at the same time. So it gives you a max amount of performance. I'm going to have to shout so you can't hear me. The fan is over there, and this is not blowing air out. It's sucking air in because it has to cool this mammoth of an engine, especially in the temperatures we're running in right now. Currently outside is 36 degrees, and that adds up to a lot of heat for that little engine, considering that it's all enclosed in that space. In an ordinary car, it'd be in the front, and you have a lot more surface area to dispel the heat. Here, it's all here. But the reason why you put an engine in the back is so that you've got a minimum drive shaft distance giving the power to the wheels. The less the drive shaft distance, the more the power actually translates, which is why in our front wheel drive cars, you've got the engine all the way in the front here, so that it's giving power to the front. You know, you're getting it over here? Engine in front, power in the back. Well, then you need a lot more engine to translate into all this power, so it just adds up to a whole lot of lack of economy. Well, lots of stuff you didn't know there. There's more stuff you didn't know coming up on Car IQ, but that is stuff you should know. We catch you on the streets, we ask you a very simple question. It's depressing, but you never know the answer. Yeah, go watch Car IQ. I'm going to play some more.
Porche is I don't know.
I have no idea.
I really didn't heard about it. No idea. Engineer का लड़का बोला. Indian company, some Indian company. Tata. No idea, no idea. Williams.
I don't know. I ride a bike. I have no idea of car.
No idea, no idea. Volkswagen.
This is the kind of episode I'd like to do every week. A supercar and super fun too. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did or if you didn't, I don't care. I had a great time. But do write in. And if you have a car you'd like us to feature on the show, please write in to us. It's metronation@ndtv.com. I'm Rashid Raza. This was Motor Mouth, and it was a lot of fun. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, drive safe, drive smart. Bye-bye.